add on to this conscious breath work, breathing in through the nose and allowing the breath to make its way all the way down to the very base of the lobes, right? The very bottom of your lungs. And then bring a little energy there and a little awareness, recognizing how it might expand. And then as you exhale, just let everything recede. Drawing the navel back to the spine, and we expel all of the stale air. And go ahead and do that one more time. A simple long inhale. The base of the spine is filling with this energy. And then release. Nice and slow, controlled, recognizing again the shape that the body takes because of the breath. And we'll add on here, just for 5 more breaths. Simply breathing in through the nose, allowing the breath to make its way down to the very base of those lungs. And then we hold the breath. A little breath retention. Don't force it. And as the need to exhale arises, go ahead and release. Give in to that need. Recognize it. And take 4 more. Recognizing the power of this breath, the control, the way it energizes us, the way it calms us, the way it fills us. Maybe the eyes are gently opened, maybe they're still closed, whatever feels right. Recognize the desire and the need. We'll take 2 more full rounds. Perhaps we imagine that we're breathing in together. Perhaps we imagine that we have this breath retention together. Community. And perhaps there's a collective sigh as we release the breath. Wow, notice the shoulders softening. 1 more breath together, imagining that union. And on to your next exhale, yogis, please sweep the arms behind you. And you could allow the pinkies to sort of come together. Maybe you're on tented fingers, that would be beautiful. Maybe your palms are resting, connecting with the earth. And all I'd like you to do is release your chin to your chest, as much as the body allows. Continuing along with that sense of recognition. Does this feel good? Does this feel appropriate? Take another breath here. Let that tension in the neck release. And then if it feels good, just take the chin from side to side. So a new way and a deeper way to release the tension in the neck. Just side to side. And then if it feels right and you would like to, take the chin up to the sky. So we're using our chin to look up and not our eyes, and we're recognizing that our range of motion is a little bit smaller when we have our arms behind us. And that's cool. So just go around maybe 2 more times in this direction. And then we'll take those circles in the other direction. A sweet release. Beautiful and slow. And we're breathing. Making your way to a neutral spine, a neutral chin, gaze is forward. Just drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Chin to the left. Another gentle, sweet release. And then inhale up through center and left ear to left shoulder. Another breath. On the next inhale, reach the arms forward. Let's come to an easy forward fold here. Let's inhale and find length in the spine. So resist the rounding for right now. Let's find a little length. Maybe coming onto those fingertips helps. Maybe pressing into each finger. What about lengthening the armpit? Right? Now I know that's kind of an unusual cue, but just notice how you bring some awareness and attention to the underside of your arms. One more breath here. A little shoulder stretch, a little release in the low back. And then inhale, hands to the body and right up to the sky. Let's bring it right on up there. As you exhale, turn the palms and with intention, let's press the earth away. Spread those fingers, press the earth away, and then as soon as those fingertips make contact, just a whisper, we inhale again and reach back up to the sky. Bring the palms together. Wow. Let's do 2 more, just like that. Exhale, press the earth away. Perhaps we chuck the chin this time. And we barely touch the earth, and we reach back up again. Palms up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze comes up. And one more time. Let's release those arms. Maybe wiggle the fingers, chin to chest. And then inhale, reach to the sky. Let's keep the arms shoulder distance apart. Imagine that the bottom part of your body, right, the hips down are really heavy in the earth. And the top part of your body is growing light, reaching to the sky. Let's enjoy a gentle twist to the left. Find what works for your arms, recognizing it might be different tonight, right? Maybe it's passive. You're very gently turning into the twist. Maybe tonight it's a wrap around with the left arm reaching for that hip crease on the right, rolling the shoulder, reaching fingertips towards the earth. What feels good? You decide. Another breath here. Big and full. Can we find those lower lobes in the lungs again? Fill those guys up. Inhale, reach to the sky. Same thing, we find that heaviness in the bottom portion of our body, a lightness, a growing, effervescent top portion of the body. And then take the twist to right. What feels good here? Is it a challenge you're seeking tonight? Is it that comfort, that knowledge, that knowing that you're seeking? We take another breath. We find those low lobes, we fill them up, we let the energy radiate down there at the base of the spine. Inhale, reach to the sky. Beautiful. Turn the palms out and let's press the earth away again. Letting the right hand land. Inhaling left to the sky. Once again, we find the heaviness, right? We find the bottom rooting and connecting with the earth. Inhale, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, bend that right elbow and reach across and see what happens. See if we find any additional length in the side body. It might be nice tonight to take a look up, open up through the heart, or maybe tonight it's dropping that shoulder towards the knee. You decide what feels good. Reaching, pressing. Inhale to the sky. Both arms. And let's turn the palms out, press the earth away. We do the same good work. Left hand plants, right arm reaches. Maybe we even twist and look up. And then as you exhale, bend that left elbow, drop the shoulder, and take it over towards the left. Now I hope you guys are making the most incredible yummy noises on your side. I've got you muted, but I'm just going to imagine that you are. Those yummy noises are releases, right? They're acknowledgments. They're recognizing how good things feel, that we're opening up and feeling our energy flowing. And let's do a little flowing, just from side to side. Inhale, reaching up, right arm comes down, left arm goes over. And just back and forth a few times. And you might close your eyes here and be able to drop deeply inward. Recognizing how beautiful you are on the inside. That's where it matters. There's a deep radiance within each of us. And yoga helps us let it out. A few more times. One more time on each side. And then let's reach to the sky. As you exhale, flow forward, hands and knees, and let's move like we love the transition, right? Not like we're just kind of going through the motion. Let's move like we love the transition of making our way onto hands and knees. I'm going to go sideways. I think that you'll see me better. And we find this posture. We settle into that hand-earth connection, shoulders over the wrists, knees are underneath our hips, and I'm just gonna take like a little S curves here. Just swaying, hips one way, gaze the other, just a few times, just feeling that sensation. Little S curves. Dropping into whatever sort of way it feels right to you, recognizing our differences, acknowledging how beautiful that is. Just a couple more times. All right. And let's make our way back to our table posture, and let's recognize that beautiful superhighway of energy that runs down the very center of our spine. And as we get more into yoga, we can talk more about what that actually means. But I want you kind of to connect with that energy that goes from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And let it be nice and long, right? And that's how we keep all of those beautiful winds that are inside our spine moving without getting locked up. On the inhale, curl those toes, drop the bellies, let the gaze come up. Find your calf. Let yourself settle into that feeling of the belly hanging, the heart being open. And then go ahead and reverse. Tops of the feet come to the earth. Tuck the chin around the spine. Draw that belly right up against the spine. And take 5 more. Finding your rhythm. Harmonizing, right? Recognizing that harmony between the breath and the movements. Recognizing how the spine just opens up as you're in your cat pose. Dropping the tailbone. Beautiful. Just sink in, guys. There's nobody else around. Make all those yummy noises. Feel it. Experience it. Another breath. Yeah. And then let's return to that nice long spine. Sending the right leg out behind you, nice and long. We commit those hip points down. And then as you're ready, let's take that leg up. So we find a connection with both hands, our left knee and the top of our left foot. We're even thinking about that left shin. Push through the right heel, the back body rising to the sky. And when you're ready, left arm comes forward. Plugging everything back into their sockets, right? So your arm into that arm socket, your leg into the hip socket, but we're still lengthening our body. Maybe the gaze is forward. Tone the navel to the spine. Let's find some heat. Another breath here, reaching and stretching. And let's do some taps. Big inhale, we reach leg and arm to the sky. Exhale, lower down. We tap. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, release. Hands and knees come to the earth. Shift the hips back. Let's find a child. Hang out there. Do a little wrist therapy. Roll those wrists around. You might even interlace the fingers and roll them around. See how that feels. Take a couple of breaths. And here we go. Let's inhale right back to table. Set yourself up here. Send the left leg out nice and long behind you. Find your foundation and lift it up when you're ready. So you might internally rotate the leg a little bit, right? That'll help prevent you from spiraling your hip up. And then if you want, up to you, reach that right arm forward. Plug everything back in. Tailbone is reaching behind you, right? Long spine. Let's find that length. Find that space. Take another breath here. And then we inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, tap it down. 5, inhale. Nice and controlled, slow. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. And then let's make it to our child's pose. Maybe you have a wide knee child's pose here. Toes are together. And then just rest. 5 breaths. Nice and full. How do those ribs feel? Again, recognizing how the breath is affecting the body and the mind. 2 more breaths. Beautiful work, yogis. And then 1 more breath. And let's begin to flow. On the inhale, up to table we go. Exhale, downward facing dog. So to start this flow, let's hang for a moment in this dog and be playful here. Do a little bit of experiment. Maybe you take legs up to the sky. Perhaps it's a really nice deep knee, deep bend to the knees. Maybe you might want to separate the legs a little bit and try for a twist, reaching to opposite ankle, taking a twist, maybe thinking about those shoulders stacking. What feels good to you? Maybe it's stillness tonight and you want to think about your alignment. Thinking about those heels hiding behind the toes so you internally rotate the legs. Sits bones to the sky. Maybe you're wrapping your shoulders out and open. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. Whatever you're up to. 1 more breath. And from here, high on the toes, heels are up. You're even sort of the ballet toes. And then just ripple forward so your shoulders land over your wrists, popping into our plank pose, pushing through the heels, pressing the back up towards the sky, navel to spine. Our gaze is a little forward. You got this, yogis. Draw the navel in, even the side body. And here we go. Release the knees down. Cat-cow, curl the toes. Inhale, belly drops, gaze comes up. Exhale, and we reverse. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, child's pose. So that's the flow, a little bit different than our usual one that we do. And we'll do it together. Inhale, table. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your time. Enjoy that beautiful move. Hips to the sky. As you're ready, exhale, plank. We set ourselves up here. We find the fire in our belly. Breathe. Release the knees. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Let that tailbone melt towards the earth. Neutral spine. And then hips back, child's pose. So that's the flow. We'll go 4 more times. And if you want to change it up, recognize that you can, yogis. So 4 times. dropping into that meditative state. Dropping into the breath into the body, and the mind rides the breath. Ah. Beautiful. And the next time that you make your way to downward facing dog, I'd like you to take a look forward and get your feet to your hands. Your choice. You can hop it, you can slow walk it, whatever feels right. But meet us all, we'll all meet in a forward fold at the top of our mats. Just allowing our backs to release, our hamstrings to stretch, those pesky old hamstrings. Little tuck to the chin. And I'd like you to let the heaviness of the hands and the arms and the head sort of be like a tincture for calmness, right? Just know that we're doing such good work here. This is kind of an inversion. So take some drops of this tincture, right? Just let yourself be calm, invite it. Maybe the knees are deeply bent, recognizing that all of these different forms of these postures are yoga. Inhale to a half lift, hands to shins or thighs, or perhaps they're on blocks, or maybe even on the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and all the way up to the sky. Bring the palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. And here we'll stay for 3 breaths, recognizing the magic in ourselves. We are filled with magic, filled with that good juju. Settling into that mountain pose. Take another breath. Filled with magic. Magic happens. Inhale, sweep the arms out all the way up to the sky. Let's hang on to our right wrist, root through the right foot. We find so much length on the right side of our body, and we decide to take it over to the left. Pop that right hip out. Reach through active fingertips. Maybe again, we think about lengthening through that underarm. Just a little bit of a different way to find a different stretch. Inhale, reach to the sky. Same good work. Find that length all the way from the foot, all the way to those fingertips, and then bend it over towards the right. Inhale, let's reach to the sky. Let's find a sun salutation tonight. Inhale, we reach and grow tall, find our mountain and our stability, and then as you exhale, let's swan dive, lead with the heart. We swan dive to a forward fold. Inhale, a half lift, weight to the toes, lengthen that spine, right? Again, we think about that super highway of energy. Exhale, fold. Step the right leg back nice and far. Let's find a runner's lunge. Toes are pointed forward, left knee over left ankle. Heart is forward. Push through that right heel, really strong in your legs, yogis. Plant the hands, make your way to plank pose. We've been there already today, so set yourself up, find your plank. And then release the knees, Bend the elbows, lower the chin, release the chest as you flow forward to a cobra, tracking those elbows back towards your hips. And then curling toes, press up, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Again, connecting with that super highway of energy, right? From crown to tail. And we breathe there, imagining the breath flowing freely up and down the spine. Any way you'd like to, yogis, get your right foot in between your thumbs. So I'm going to go to a 3-legged dog, keeping my hip points down. I'll bend the knee towards my heart and then drop it in between my thumbs. Finding that runner's lunge here. Step the back foot forward to join the front. We take some drops of that calming tincture here in our forward fold. Press into the feet, arms go out all the way up to the sky. The palms touch. Set yourself up here, front of the body, reaching to the sky, back body grounding, connecting, earthing. And we do the other side. Exhale, swan dive, arms out, and then forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left leg back, nice and far. We find our runners. Are you pushing through that left heel? Plant the hands, plank. Push through the heels here. So yogi's choice, knees, chin, chest, or perhaps you want to do a little full chaturanga with me, coming forward on the toes a little bit, exhale, bending those elbows, and then lowering down, pelvis touches the mat, loop the shoulders back, cobra. And as you're ready, curl your toes, press through, downward facing dog. Use the belly to drive your hips back. Nice full breath in. Feel that beautiful stretch. Full breath out. And then step that left foot up in between the thumbs, however you want to get it there. We find our runners here. Beautiful, guys. Back foot joins the front. We come to the fold. Inhale, reach the arms out and all the way up to the sky. Let's bring the palms together, hands to heart. Take a moment here and let's find our mountain pose. I'd like to do a tree pose tonight, but I want to use our imaginations, okay? I want to recognize that we have imaginations and that we can do this. So finding our mountain pose. Let's take our hands out to the side, palms facing out. And I want you to imagine, those of us who have taken my yoga on the beach or my walkabout yoga, we used to do this a lot. This was a buddy pose. And if it doesn't feel right to you, go ahead and take your arms up high when we're ready. But we're going to imagine that we're touching each other, right? And we've got strong imaginations. So we will look for each other's palms for support. Place all of your weight heavy into your right foot and come onto the toes of the left. And if this feels disingenuous to you, don't do it. I'm going to use my imagination tonight. Keeping my my right hip in, stacking the bones, turn that left knee out and draw the sole of the foot towards your ankle. Now imagine, maybe we're touching Lauren's hand or Jennifer, Savannah, Suzanne, and we're being here as support, receiving and giving. Take that sole of the foot anywhere you'd like on your leg. Maybe you press the leg and the foot together. And this is where we inhale, yogis, and reach up to the sky, holding on to each other, supporting, receiving, giving, feeling that energy. Just imagine it. And take a breath. dropping into the rhythm of the breath, finding a drishti. Just take one more here. And then slowly lower the hands and bring that left foot down. Good job, guys. Shake it out a little bit. And then let's find that beautiful imagination at work on the other side. We come to the mountain pose. We connect with our buddies, right? Our fellow yogis, all on this beautiful journey together in search of bliss and giving bliss and receiving. And then go heavy in the left leg and turn out that right knee. Hips are forward, heart's lifted. You're reaching through that left foot, reaching for the center of the earth as the top of your head is reaching for the sky. Foot goes where the foot wants to go tonight. We stack our bones. And then as you're ready, yogis, feeling that connection, we all reach to the sky. Just take those arms up, just as high as they'll go. Root down through that left foot. Maybe you felt a little bit more height. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then 1 more. Slowly lowering those arms down, both feet hit the earth. Take a big breath, sweep your arms out and all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands right through midline. Bring those palms together, we forward fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. And then come on to hands and knees. I think I'll go sideways. And then just step your right foot up in between your thumbs. We'll find this low lunge. Some yoga lineages call it a crescent lunge. We keep our knee over our ankle. And we simply drop into our hip flexor on the left. Our heart is forward, our gaze. Inhale, reach the arms out and all the way up to the sky. Keep the arm-shoulder distance apart. Take a moment to wrap those ribs in. Notice what happens to the body and just reach to the sky. Imagining front foot moving forward, back leg moving back, charging up those legs. And then rain it down, frame that front foot. Curl your left toes, come back to that runners, and let's take a gentle twist. Plant the left hand down and reach the right arm to the sky as you twist to the right, really opening up, thinking about stacking those shoulders. Beautiful, guys. And if you don't like it with the back leg up, drop the knee. No big shakes. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step that front foot back. We find a plank pose. Release the knees to the earth. Table, nice long spine. And then we send the left foot up, in between the thumbs. I forgot which foot we were doing. Let's land in this crescent, arriving here, recognizing that our hips are coming forward and down, and it is a beautiful release. Reach to the sky, wrap those ribs in, and find that engagement in your legs. Always looking forward, looking towards the future. Right? How bright and beautiful it is. Recognizing all the opportunities in the future. Breathe. Rain it down. Stay here if that feels good, guys, or go ahead and curl the back toes. And then plant the right hand down and let's twist to the left, reaching, stacking those shoulders, pushing through that heel. How's the connection with the earth? Are you pressing into that earth, asking for support and energy? One more breath. And then rain it down. Step back to the plank. The plank. Ha. So yogi's choice here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. Some of us like to come to pigeon from down dog, so go ahead, make your way there, and you know what to do. Others of us will just simply drop our knees and then invite that right knee up on the outside of that right hand. Shoulders, toes over towards the left, and then just go ahead and shift back. Ha. Find your pigeon. Right, left leg is straight down the center of the mat, toes are pointed directly behind you. You might take a moment and lift up and come on out of your belly, come out of that low back, and then allow yourself to walk forward, finding whatever feels right on this side. You might sway a little from side to side, and I just want you to notice if you're favoring one side over the other. Are you leaning a little towards the right, a little towards the left? See if you can adjust the hips so that they're both forward and you're even. Let's take 5 breaths here, maybe 10 breaths. Recognizing, right, once again, what's happening in the body? What sensations are bubbling up? Pigeon pose teaches us what? Teaches us how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations, how to allow ourselves to perhaps become a watcher of the sensations that are going on. We don't react, right? We watch them. We watch the sensation bubble up, and then maybe the sensation dissipates, or maybe it stays strong. One more nice full breath here. And then very gently, liking this transition, rise on up, and then you could either curl toes and go back to a down dog and make your way to pigeon from there, or you drop the knees and find pigeon on the left side. Left knee slides up, toes to the right. You shimmy that right leg back, adjust the hips. Come out of your low back. You might even press into the top of your foot, lift the back knee, find some length in that leg, and then come forward. Just draping over that left leg. And I invite you to keep your breath nice and long, right? Long inhale, long exhale. That invites that calmness in. Bringing awareness to the breath. Invites that calmness in, right? Brings you deeper into that state of a watcher, watching the sensations. Let's take 2 more full rounds here. Full breath cycles, in and out. And just enjoy one more. And then with some grace and ease, make your way up to a table. And you can shift your hips back and send the legs over to one side and come back onto your seat. Coming to your forearms. Take those knees from side to side, releasing the low back. And all the way down onto your backs. Drawing those ankles nice and close. Let's see if you guys can see me. To your bottoms. You might even be able to touch the heel. If you have a block, it's nice to actually put a block in between your thighs to keep you honest, because those knees like to splay out. And sometimes if you're feeling that you want to be a little passive, you can take bridge pose resting on a block, which will be on your sacrum, right underneath your low back. You decide what feels good. Find a nice long back of the neck. And then as you inhale, reach those hips up to the sky. And you don't have to go up too high. You could be gentle. If you want a little bit more stability, you can interlace your fingers together. Walk the shoulder blades towards each other, and then go ahead and press into anything that's touching the mat, and lift up your heart towards your face. Your shins are looking for the front of the mat, even your thighs are. And let's just take a breath here, soften your face, squeeze your thighs together. You might even do a little glute squeeze in here. And we take one more breath. And then slowly, nice and easy, we lower down. And let's draw knees in towards the heart. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself some love. Much deserved. Rolling around if that feels good. And then hang on to your right leg. Send the left leg nice and long, allowing it to float down to the earth. And I want you to really press the thigh into the belly and then take the knee up towards your face. Extend your left arm nice and long, reaching to the wall behind you. Find a little psoas stretch here. Point through the left toes. Keep the pressure on the right thigh to the belly. One more breath. And then if you'd like, you can help that right knee across the left side of the body, coming into a twist here. You can take your arms out for balance. Maybe the gaze goes in the opposite direction of your legs. I'm just going to adjust this. So, an idea is to keep both shoulders down on the mat. For my body on this side, that doesn't feel so good to me. So you always know that we want to feel the sensations, but we don't want pain. So I get pain when I'm doing that. So I'm going to adjust. I'm going to recognize I need to. And just take another breath. The next inhale, rise on up, plant the left foot down, right ankle over that left knee. We're going to come into that figure 4 posture. So you're welcome to stay here. Options to reach around and grab the back of the left thigh and perhaps straighten both feet, or straighten your leg, flexing both feet. Some people really like to just hang on to that left shin and draw the body towards the legs and the legs towards the body. Just take a few breaths wherever you are. Maybe you sway around a little bit. You could rotate those ankles. It's kind of nice. And take another breath here. And then let's switch sides. Right leg goes nice and long. We hug the left in, holding onto the shin. We point the right toes and reach those right fingertips behind us. Ooh. Find the psoas stretch. It's a delicious stretch. Lots of good work. And then you can help that left knee over, coming into your twist here. Finding what feels natural and comfortable. Take several breaths here. Such a sweet release. And then let's go ahead and unwind from this. We'll keep that right foot down, left ankle over the knee. And we find our figure 4 on this side. I think they also call it eye of the needle. So whatever works for you on this side. Just find that posture and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Just take 2 more full inhales and full exhales. And then you can draw both knees in towards your heart. Thinking about whatever is necessary to make you comfortable and warm and bring you to a place of deep relaxation, maybe a blanket, pillow, and make your way to your Shavasana for tonight. Recognizing that it may be different than the last time you were in Shavasana. Taking your time to notice if there's anything that's troubling you, a piece of hair or rolled up piece of clothing. And I would like you to recognize and see your highest self. Don't play small, yogis. Don't play small. Find your breath and just ride that relaxation. Slowly beginning to bring a little more depth to your breath. A little more depth to the inhale and to the exhale. Allowing the body to move in a way that naturally moves you from stillness to a little activity. Maybe it's a big morning stretch. Maybe it's simply touching your fingers, each finger to the thumb. Maybe rotating ankles and wrists. And then very gently and slowly make your way back up to a comfortable seat. I think maybe some of us need to unmute ourselves. I think so. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, yogis, so very much for sharing class with me tonight. I appreciate it. I love seeing your faces and practicing with you. So let's seal it. Big breath in, arms sweep out and all the way up to the sky. Bring those palms together. Exhale, hands to heart, chin to chest. Take a nice, deep, loving bow to yourselves. We bow with honor and gratitude, so much gratitude for each other. And last but certainly not least, we send some love and compassion out to the world. Yay! Thank you, yogis. Have a beautiful, restful night, and I'll see you again. Namaste, guys. Namaste. Thank you.